The best part is
This
CJ actually behind the scenes, he explained it to us like several times. We're like, it's okay, CJ. It's fine. It's not a problem. We don't think of you any less because of this. But he just felt like he had to keep explaining his thought process and make sure that nobody thought he was a complete idiot. But the thing
oh,
is, we already all had that assumption to begin with. So that's what I mean
yeah.
when I say we didn't lose any respect for CJ. But hey,
Uh,
what a legendary video there. I guess we got some Rocket League to watch though. Hey, I mean,
take it away. Take it
Yeah,
away.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be here with you, Johnny. I actually don't think we've realistically casted before. It
yeah,
feels like we should have,
yeah.
but
Well, no better
it's
time,
insane.
huh?
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
I
this.
mean, we've been big supporters of each other. Obviously, the fact that you're actually relevant in the scene probably makes you the biggest supporter of me. But it's
No,
awesome to be here, back on this step. And I guess the way these series have been going, everything is an upset. So since Vitality took the win earlier, Guild are going to take it now.
what are these names from Guild? We've got is this Devo ho 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 and Tho ho ho ho, and then Nolly. Instead of going for no ho 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 Holly, he's just gone for Nolly, Devo's biggest fan. Like, so somebody please tell him that his name also worked perfectly for this joke, and he just didn't. I guess he just didn't notice.
I don't know. It's a tough life for Nolly. You know, he doesn't even get his name pronounced correctly half the time. So I can understand why he doesn't want to, I guess, move into a ho ho ho, like a no ho ho,
Yeah.
type of name.
Yeah, I wonder if Very Big Kid Up Alpha are going to fire back in the second game. Are they going to go for the name changes? Oh, that's just
Um,
got in. What? Why is this a goal? Hold on a second. Let's get a replay of that one. Very Big has just hit the ball kind of hard on target. Oh, that's an unfortunate side flip from Tho. He is not too jolly after that one.
no, he's gonna be singing jingle bells as his head is ringing a little bit there. Guild may have had a few better opportunities to save than that one. Renault Vitality now have tied it up and got the
One letter
lead.
ahead. Wow. Well, it's gone from Tho ho 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 to Tho no 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 no. Oh dear. Again, just the perfect assist from Tho, setting up Alpha's beautiful double touch. He even had a little collision with the ceiling there, but maybe even better that he didn't land on his wheels. He could just bounce back into position. But yeah, but a great response from Vitality.
I love watching Vitality 2 playing before against Endpoint. You know, the fact that they trust each other so much. It makes it really exciting to watch.
Whoa.
They're just believing that each other will always make the best play. And sometimes that does fall apart, which is also just as entertaining.
I was listening to Vitality series earlier on today. I didn't get a chance. I wasn't actually looking, but the commentary was so good, didn't even matter. Great work by Cole and Stumpy. I had a very clear image in my head. Apart from the fact that I didn't hear anything about Fairy Peak playing the Octane. Is this a new development here? Right, we need some ones in Twitch chat if Fairy Peak was playing the Octane earlier, because I didn't see that.
He was playing it yesterday, yeah.
Oh, he played it yesterday as well? Wow.
Yeah.
I love it, to be honest.
Uh,
This is the first car I ever saw him playing at the start of 2017.
And he's going for that brown, the stodgy brown color. No excitement
Yeah.
from Fairy Peak. He's there looking very low, maybe mumbling a little bit as let go. Yeah, I got the world championship. So, it matches a little bit his voice.
Yeah, I would agree. He's got a lot of style. I've never seen such a dashing looking brown car, though. You know,
Mm.
it's just very eye catching with the least eye catching color. Only Fairy Peak could pull one of them off. Before long, everybody's going to be running a similar car. 'Cause he was the one who popularized the Fennec style that everybody's using these days. So this, I guess, he's just ahead of the curve. French are very well known for their fashion, so he's probably just one step ahead of us on the trends.
And that should be a goal there as well. Very nicely done by Vitality, shutting down Guild at the moment early on in this game.
Yeah, that was a great counter. And Alpha 54, he's got an open net, but he still puts it in the bottom corner just to practice for later. I'm sure he's going to be aiming for the corners of the goal all day. Now, like mentioned earlier, this is a really important match. Both teams have qualified for tomorrow already into the playoffs. The winner gets to go into the upper bracket. And because this has been so full of upsets, they're going to get to play against Galaxy Racer in that upper bracket, the team who are
Mm.
coming out of the other group as the top seed. So, that even better perhaps than having to go up against the first seed? Oh, lovely stuff. Nolly doubles in a second, Gilder back.
I mean, that's a great pass out of defense. I love seeing Devo's addition to this roster, just because he is willing to hold that defense. Tho and Nolly so good at hanging upfield, ready for that. It's a more defensive team, but at the same time, I feel like it makes their attack better because of it.
Well, the previous iteration of Guild, they actually had good results and they were a promising team coming into RLCS Season X. It just kind of fell apart after, the team just didn't get along together. But the thing about Nolly and Devo is they're really good friends. They play twos together pretty much every day. Just twos ranked, even before they were teammates. So they already wanted to play together. They already wanted to, be a team. So it's just a natural addition to the team. I'm sure Devo just felt very at home upon switching.
It's there's been a lot of switches, and Johnny for Vitality, they didn't make any changes whatsoever. Did you actually think that that's a huge advantage for them, or is the fact that a lot of the switching teams have been doing very well maybe advantage to those switches in EU?
Well, it's a lot going on behind the scenes. Most of the roster changes happen because of things off the field rather than on the field, especially in such a long season. So, is it going to work out? I think it all just depends on how the personalities are going to mesh together, because you can't guarantee success. Oh, look at this one goal steal by Barry. Is this the most advanced goal steal we've ever seen? He's gone for the bump and then he's pre-flipped into the finish. Wow.
It's an on the gang bump. He was flipping for the bump, but he gets a pre-flip goal with his butt at the end of it. And, that's the creativity we want to see from Fairy Pete.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't think I've ever seen a goal steal like that one. That's inspiring, actually. Like some people who are watching high-level Rocket League, they see like a really cool double touch or a really cool stealing shot, flip, reset, air dribble, and they think, oh, I can't wait to go back into free play and practice that. When I see a goal steal like this, I find that more inspirational than any of the other things I just mentioned.
Well, they've cooked up some goals, made every single one count, and they've brewed up the victory. That's why they're called Vitality, and that is game one going their way up against Guild.
Very impressive. And it wasn't a perfect start, so they actually had to come back here after Guild came out hot. And Vitality, they're showing a little bit more of that fight that we were used to seeing from them in the past, where they were always so difficult to beat. They actually used to just beat everybody. This name wasn't BDS in RLCS Season X before more recent struggles. So maybe they're going back to that kind of Vitality. We didn't have any of that earlier on today when they were playing against Endpoint, of course.
Well, they have to make this count too. I mean, top blokes are out. They, in my opinion, are the were meant to be the number one team going into this one. I'm maybe a little less surprised by BDS just because they've had some lesser performances in non-RLCS events. But for them to go out as well now means that Vitality are sitting in this position where they're meant to win. They have to win, and they're down here in the lower bracket. So there's a lot at stake for those guys.
Yeah, and especially for Vitality. I mean, they got destroyed earlier on today by Endpoint. That's a series they really shouldn't be losing. After picking up the win yesterday against Guild, we were thinking, okay, maybe Vitality are back, but then they just got destroyed by Endpoint, who, no disrespect to them at all, because they've topped the group. They beat top blokes as well. You don't expect them to be able to take down Vitality in a best of 7, especially not 4-1. So Vitality got nowhere near good enough earlier on in the day, and now they're getting that rematch of Guild, and they're looking like the favorite once again.
They are. And I guess the thing as well against Endpoint is, oh my goodness, a kickoff goal. You see it from a mile away.
Yeah, you can. You literally can't see this one a mile away. That's actually quite a cheeky little play, though, from Alpha and Barry. The chaos that tends to happen, these really slow plays that can develop in 3v3, especially after kickoffs, they're very interested to see which team will be able to control that and capitalize and just make the better decision in a position where nobody's really sure. Okay, how much boost has that guy got? I don't really know. Is he actually going to beat me to this ball? Not sure. Just going to try and play the best scenario that you can think of. 1v1 players definitely have a bit of an edge in that, because they've had so many kickoffs. You know, the practice of kickoffs is really there for them, so they know how to recover. And you know, Fairy Peak's got that pedigree.
I also felt that kickoff goal was kind of that display of trust. You saw just K-Dot was gunning forward,
Yeah.
even though he had to rely on an interesting touch from Fairy Peak. But when you have such good individual players as well on this team, it's not out of the question to be trusting the left-right setup.
Nice equalizer here by Gil. Devo, #1 fan, Nolly, picking up the goal here. And what a better person to be passing the ball to Devo's #1 fan than Devo himself. Very nice finish. I like that Devo is coming in here with the Christmas car, the Christmas themed vehicle, but the rest of the team are just like, nah, can't be doing that, Devo. Sorry, you can't also be repping that. You're on your own, buddy.
No, Devo's #1 fan looking to blow away the competition here. Guild have had a lot of good midfield or mid-game fights on their hand throughout this competition, and I don't feel like I feel like they're a team that you can never count out as well. Like they're a team that I would back to get a reverse sweep to turn the tides on most series. Very adaptable at the moment, but also I guess a lot of firepower on the attack. They can score a lot of goals out of nowhere.
Yeah. So, how important do you think Guild getting a win here is? The fact that they've already lost to Vitality once in that upper bracket. Oh, it's so close there. Nolly just couldn't get the ball to sit down, so you could just put that on target. But yeah, yummy. Guild. Will they be able to replicate what Giants did earlier today, lose 2 games and come back, or is this like a really important one for them?
I think that they will be counting the win here. Just because Vitality lost to Endpoint earlier, they won't want to be down below Endpoint as well. Especially as, I guess, Endpoint are their kind of British counterparts. But more because they'd back themselves after knowing that Vitality are able to be defeated. They went to Game 7 earlier. You always want to be improving on your previous results. So I think just mentally, going into a finals, Guild would have to take this win.
Yeah, you really do think so. But for Vitality as well, if they lose here, that would just be another day similar to what BDS had, or another tournament similar to what BDS had. Yes, they got the upper bracket win against Guild, but in that rematch, it's the only one that matters. Oh my goodness, Nolly just missed a ball that was barely moving. Didn't sit very nicely for him, but still, not looking completely in the game now, as Tho fakes Alpha off the ball. Very awkward display at times for Nolly there in defense, despite really looking dangerous offensively.
Well, that was similar to their series before too, where just Guild sometimes struggled to play consistently. This was open, but Alpha was able to get there in time. Very interesting to see some confusion in front of net from Vitality, but they've done that in the past in those high pressure situations, stacked the net a little bit much, and it usually works out for them.
So it's crunch time now. Vitality and Guild both willing to commit the entire team into offense. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Suddenly, there's a free shot, and Devo will follow up with a slow rebound here. I love the approaches, though, from Guild. They really are not wasting any time getting into position for these aerials, and that's the kind of speed you're going to need to punish a Vitality team who do like to play a bit reactive in defense sometimes. And, it often leads to them double committing, funnily enough, because everybody waits to see what's going to happen, and then they all go at the same time instead of somebody trying to preempt the play. But it's working out reasonably well. I think Vitality have got good rhythm here. Guild look dangerous in offense, but Vitality have had answers to them every time.
And they've also had those opportunities to get in, make big predictive plays, get into the wall, make sure that they're always going to be first to a ball, no matter where it goes. And that is usually a sign that you are going to score the next goal. But Guild have a bit of pressure here, may be able to set something up if Devo can get a solid touch across. No one there to follow up necessarily for Guild.
Oh my
goodness. Opened up. Will Tho get that one on net? It is, but a save down on the line by Alpha. That should have been a goal.
Oh my goodness. Guild just didn't believe that gift was real. It's like when you go down to the Christmas tree on the December 25th, and then you just see a person there, and you think to yourself, there's no way that can be real. This is too big. It can't be. I'm just going to leave that one. I'm still
how does
dreaming.
Santa fit it down the chimney, right? I don't even have a chimney.
Yeah, they just didn't believe it. It was too good to be true, and now they'll wish that they had taken it. They weren't dreaming. Vitality really did just gift them the win there. They've not taken it, or will they get a chance on 0 seconds? Though, in reverse, had a catch there, but he will not keep it under control. Into overtime we go, and yeah, Guild had the best chance of the game there.
A really, really vital overtime as well. And especially for Guild, I'd say, after giving up that one, a potential win right there. And they'll be controlling the midfield at the moment off the kickoff. A chance here for Nolly to get on attack. Actually puts that a bit too far away from him. A rough first touch comes out from Nolly.
Yeah, Nolly has, had a couple of rushed touches in this game, but they're really just clearly trying to play as quickly as possible. That's been the Guild game plan. Look at the pre-jump there from Alpha to disrupt the offense. But, is that going to work against Vitality? Or Vitality going to break underneath, the pressure of a team playing at breakneck speed? I think it's possible. BDS have shown it can be done. But it's definitely not easy. Just because BDS could do it when they were on their crazy winning streak doesn't mean that any other team can replicate.
And Vitality feel like they can come out at any moment and score that goal, especially from defense. Some of the best counterattacks we've seen have been from Vitality, but as long as they're not stuck in there.
Oh my. You know what? I think he should have brought the battle bus. The rounded end of the Scarab has absolutely skied that ball. I don't know about the card choice anymore, Yummy, because that looked like a pretty easy shot for Devo in a regular looking vehicle.
Devo's meant to be a hero of OCE as well. It goes back to RLCS Season 3, but
yeah,
it's tough to see it miss that one. And it's the kind of thing that Alpha or Fairy Peak wouldn't miss.
Do you think if he double touched it, it would have had more success?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's why he was so famous in OCE. He's inspiring an entire generation of Rocket League players to try and land a double touch because he was.
It's actually so funny because in the region, like I'll talk to like newer players and they'll still call things Devos and stuff like that. I'll be like, it just spreads. It's amazing.
Yeah, Devo really was at the time just undisputed best player in the world. Season 2, even just after season 3, but even after season 2 as well, he was in the conversation with Cuxter. Oh, that could be game. How is that not in? Though denied by the bar. And it's another one of those situations where the shot is just too good. It just refused to bounce onto the line. It's gone above the net, and somehow there's nobody there for Guild to put it in.
It's no longer one gift that you're not sure. It's a plethora of gifts. Richie Rich's tree just completely smothered underneath the tree, and yet they still haven't been able to pick one out of the bunch. Vitality, to Guild's credit, haven't had any opportunities to score either.
Yeah.
Although, when Alpha can make a play like that, it might just come around. But again, it will just go into the Vitality defense.
Has composure from Fairy as well, dribbling the ball back into his own corner to pick up the 100 boost and just stall. But give his teammates time to come back into the play. K-Dop only finds Nolly on the halfway line. Devo will try and knock it back to Nolly. A little 1-2 passing play intercepted by Alpha 54. It's been just a very defensive Vitality, and they've not really had a choice in the matter. They're stuck in their own end, and Guild, despite all that, haven't actually had that many clear-cut chances. They've had, I think, 2 all game out of all of this attack, and they didn't take either of them.
We haven't seen any room as well for Alpha or especially Alpha to make those big plays. He's looked for them, but never really gained possession of the ball for very long. Even here, he's got Guild members under the gun, so he can't even go for something. You can see how much Vitality are backing off and respecting Guild, and that's fine. It is allowing them to hold the defense, but not giving them the chance to get to the other end. A huge three-way pinch, but it doesn't go on target, and it just goes back to the Vitality defense.
Oh my goodness, I thought the ball was going to explode. A triple pinch from Vitality. That would have been the perfect ending to this game. That would have been actually the most tilting way for Guild to lose here, because they've had the biggest chances. They've had a couple of goals they really should have scored to end this. And they've been in attack for basically the entire game. A couple of Vitality counters, but nothing really too crazy. Oh man, a triple pinch. I think they would have just forfeited on the spot. They would have just left. Thought, yeah, this isn't our day. Oh, nice mind game. Nolly will flick it in field. And Devo is waiting back at the halfway line for Tho's touch. There it is. Oh, what a save. Alpha 54 only gets it as far as Tho. And that, Devo, is how you shoot from the offensive corner. Take notes. I guess it was just a bit easier in the Octane than the Scarab.
Yeah, Dursley did ask for his 60th present there. It finally goes in. Guilds managing to take that game. And again, a very important one for them, especially considering how much control they had. That is an epic sign for the rest of the series for them.
Yeah, they really did dominate here. Vitality were feeling the pressure. You could see
Three
it in
shots.
overtime. Yeah, only three shot, one shot each. They were defending pretty well, but their Guild should have won this or much earlier. They had a couple of clear cut chances. Devo missed an open net. They had a couple of other times where the ball was just on the goal line and no one is there to score it, even in regulation. But the thing that I'm starting to get maybe a little bit concerned for Vitality is the panic flip from KDOP, the fact that
Mhm.
they're not willing to take on Guild in these aerial challenges. If Guild have noticed the Vitality are actually just letting them have touches in the air for free, then they might actually slow down their aerial plays. I know Guild love to air dribble, and air dribbling is great when the other team aren't challenging. It's
Yeah.
only gets countered when there's an early challenge coming in to ruin your air dribble. So will Guild switch it up here? Are they going to keep smacking the ball as hard as they can at the Vitality net, or will they actually use the space that they're being given?
Yeah, well, to me, Vitality, they're their strongest when they are playing really close on attack. You mean you saw it with that kickoff goal? They
Mm,
have really, they'll play close to that backboard and 1, 2, 3 touch it into your net before you can respond. And that's also how they play in scrims. They practice a really aggressive play style,
mm.
and they've tended to come out into tournaments sometimes against sort of who they'd usually consider their biggest rivals and stack the net a lot. And we're seeing that now. I think it's a weakness that has been overcome, and the reason that BDS has gotten over the top of them is people are starting to figure out how to beat them in that play. You see Guild there moving further back to deal with any clears, but then still hold somebody forward, ready to pressure the ball and prevent them from having time on it.
Yeah, and that's it is something that always impressed me about Vitality. They can play so close together in offense and
Mm,
still get passing plays to work. I mean, usually the best thing to do when you're trying to get passing going is give space to your teammate who's actually passing the ball, because then they can hit the ball really hard at you, and you've got more of a chance to react to what's coming towards you. But Vitality don't seem to follow that same playbook. They just get right beside each other, and they're almost just pre-jumping each other's passes from close range, because especially K-Dop, he's got that predator instinct. If there's a near post pass coming in, he's going to be arriving at
yeah.
the perfect time to put it into the box. The problem, or it's put into the goal. The problem for Vitality in this game is that they couldn't even get the ball out of their half for
Yeah.
most of it. Never mind into the box.
Well, that's the odd thing too. Vitality do have very good defensive passing most of the time, especially off the likes of KDOP. He's really good. Something that maybe people don't know is really, really good at calming where he's going to hit that ball well in advance, so that one of his teammates can be up in a position and turn a clear into a pass. But again, they're running towards that net at multiple times. They're kind of getting on top of each other. That defensive passing that gets them to the other end isn't happening whatsoever.
Yeah, Slade up. Maybe needs a couple of reindeers to get him going. He's very lonely at the moment,
Oh
but
dear.
we'll see if Vitality have a better showing in this third game. I mean, this is still, I'd say, a series where they're favored in. They know how to adapt. They've got the experience. They, got completely shut down by Guild in that last game. But will Guild be able to keep up that pressure consistently without making mistakes is another question.
John, you know what they call a deer with no eyes?
I
No
don't know, man.
idea. And that's what it feels like for Vitality at the moment. I don't think they know how to take this win.
Do you know what you call a deer with no eyes and no legs? Still no idea.
Oh, that is excellent.
Ooh.
That is an excellent shot too. I thought I was
Wow,
going to go
okay.
boost it out, but it's in.
Yeah, that is a beauty. Yeah, y'all, you gotta love that. That's just perfect. Both posts coming into play there. Alpha 54 into the top corner. That's why he's warming up the corner shots earlier on when he had an open net. It was in preparation for that moment right there.
Man. And that's the lead that may give Vitality a bit of confidence earlier in here to not just run back on defense, not try and hold what was a tied overtime in that last one. A great flick. You can see how close Vitality are playing it, but it doesn't matter. Guild get the breakaway, but not the goal.
Yeah, and it's a risky play. Vitality are going to be happy to keep doing this. Another little backflip flick there. Alpha 54 and K-Dot both pulling that one out. Yeah, if one big challenge can come in for Guild and Vitality are trying to make a very close passing play happen, then there's always going to be a chance of a counterattack. So that third man of Vitality is going to be under a lot of pressure. Always, always is.
It's so odd, though, to see Vitality go for kind of close passing plays in the midfield. They're actually stacking up almost in a line. And there were a couple of chances there where they just get a flick up over the top. But if there was a bit more spread outness, if there's somebody who was a bit more wide on that play, they can generate a lot more power and get that on net. And that's kind of cost them, but they still get Vitality after a great start.
Yeah, Devo wanted to try and control this ball, but Alpha is not having any of that. He just barrels straight through him and smacks the ball into the middle. That 50-50 really just did not go the way that Devo wanted. He's trying to keep the ball close. He's trying to slow it down. It pinged out into the middle. And
Vitality, life anew here in front of the net, a potential third off the kickoff. It's instead going to be Noli taking it the other way. They've been working Noli and Tho together for so long now as a duo. They've got that synergy going. Devo usually there to hold the back line. They haven't been able to break this defense from Vitality just yet.
Yeah, this is much better from Vitality. This is what we expected from them. And Guild, you know, they have had a little bit less consistency with that midfield domination. It's, you know, sometimes just how the game goes. Both teams don't look like they've really changed any kind of strategy here. But, you know, some games you're able to get so much more boost for no particular reason. It's got, you know, Rocket League's got a very flowing kind of positional aspect to it. No third man in Rocket League is always the third man. No most aggressive player is always most aggressive. Look at this from Barry. That is just the perfect defensive play for that position. Now Alpha's going to try and bump Tho into the goal. Oh, he didn't quite get him. Tho actually playing really well. That very big sack okayed up. Luckily for Vitality, Guild didn't get a fast counter attack.
It's still so weird seeing Devo on the Scarab. I don't know what really to think about it because it's just a ball hitting another ball. And, you know, we saw some confusion earlier in the Dignitas series. I think this is even more confusing.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was pretty surprised that he brought it back out for this game after a horrendous open net miss in the last game where he just absolutely skied it. That's a lot better, though. Okay, maybe if he can keep producing this kind of play where he hits the ball the way he actually wants to, then we're going to be happy with this Scarab choice. That's fantastic. Devo to Devo's biggest fan has been a killer combination today.
I love that Nolly there, as Devo's biggest fan, didn't even flinch at the players from Vitality diving across it. He's like, this pass is getting to me every single time. And yeah, I guess he's living up to the name. You questioned his name earlier, but it seems really to fit.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I think it's definitely accurate. But, oh, I was wondering about more of the, was it appropriate? That's a great save by Devo. He's got some help as well to keep it out of the back of the net. I've also been very impressed that Nolly has been able to play with such composure when he is, you know, in such close proximity to Devo. You know, being such a big fan. Sometimes you can be nervous. You can't bring your best. You just can't stop. The hands are shaking. Mum spaghetti. But Vitality, they've got answers as well. They don't really seem too fazed by Devo in this game. And it's been a great passing performance here by Vitality.
Those are the passes we come to expect from them. They're close to each other. There's an angle to build as well. And I mean, if that play doesn't work out for Vitality, if one of them misses, it's very often a goal against them, or at least they're rushing back. But again, they trust each other so much, and their touches are always so good that it works out for them 90% of the time. They're willing to take that 10% risk. Yeah,
and I mean, that is the future of Rocket League. There won't be any kind of, okay, is my teammate going to miss that? Should I maybe not go for this follow-up play? No, like misses will continue to become less and less common as the game, you know, grows and grows, and as players get better and better. This year's been, I think, the most explosive year for growth in Rocket League, with the amount of Rocket League that is actually getting played in RLCS Season X, and that's not even stopped other tournaments like BTS from happening, which is also amazing.
Yeah, I love that BTS are coming in here for Christmas. and an early present for us as well. I've really enjoyed it. Big shout out to all the production at BTS for putting on
100%.
such a great show.
100%. Yeah, the quality, the little additions to the production really do make this a super fun show to be a part of. We hope that you guys watching are also having a great time. This is our last group game of the day, the last group game of the tournament as we move on to playoffs in a couple of days' time to find out who's actually going to win this 3v3 event. But again, we'll reiterate for all of you new people who are just joining in now, the winner of this series will go into the upper bracket in the playoffs. So they've got that extra life to play with. The loser of this, they do get into the playoffs, but they start in the lower bracket. So they're on their last life from the very beginning. And that's why this game is so important.
It feels like a death sentence as well in this tournament, right? With
Mm,
again so many upsets happening, nobody's been able to predict the results. Least of all you, Johnny, because you had
I'm gonna go wrong.
Guild beating Vitality first day, and that didn't quite happen.
Yeah, well, it's not really improved too much today. I thought BDS would bounce back. I thought Vitality would
Mhm.
bounce back. I thought Top Blokes would bounce back. Literally none of them have bounced back. They've all lost again today. So, I mean, my record for predictions has been almost as horrendous as my Mafia gameplay last night.
Oh no, you're making Gibbs look good with your predictions right now, but Alpha 54 gets his goal, and it just seems more of the same here for Vitality.
Yeah, this is just what Vitality ordered. And Guild are getting a bit of deja vu now. They had a close series with Vitality in the first round for this group. And now they got the rematch. This is what they wanted, be able to come back from that earlier loss through the lower side of the group and get Vitality again. But they're losing again. It doesn't seem to be as good of a matchup for Guild as we expected it to be going into this event, because Guild, last time that they played Vitality before BTS, they beat them, they swept them, and now they're on the road to losing to them twice in a row.
It looks just so likely even at this point. Me and CJ called Dignitas after game 4, maybe halfway through game 4 with a dominant lead for them. We saw some big comebacks. So again, I did say earlier, Guild are a kind of team that I wouldn't really count out at any point in time. But Vitality are also the kind of team that can just start getting that ball rolling and go over you like a locomotive.
Yeah, this is really time for Guild to just try and stop Vitality's passes in offense. Vitality are getting that last touch. They're getting the setup touch, and then the goals are just so simple. The last touch is always so easy for Vitality because in the setup, they're just beating Guild to the punch. They're winning the 50-50 challenges. That's where Guild have to be really focusing in on this game, not giving Vitality these chances to create chances, because Vitality they're creating open nets here.
And
Oh, that's beautiful.
Was beautiful pass play, the flip reset, and with Vitality, they're just scared in net waiting for this to happen.
Oh my. Not often do you see a flip reset passing play. That was absolutely brilliant from Guild. I mean, there haven't really been any questions about their ability to do fancy things in the air. It's been the amount of goals that they do get from all of their opportunities in Vitality's half. That's been their problem. They have to up the conversion rate here. That's a pretty good start. I mean, if you're ever going to get one goal, it's going to lift the spirits. It's why not flip reset?
Yeah, and I would just say, Tho and Noli have been, in my opinion, kind of underrated for a long time. They are an incredible duo, came out early in RLCS Season 9. And since then as well, I've become a huge fan of Tho because he was on my team in the group acts.
Yeah, that surprises me actually. After the immediate defeat there, I wasn't sure that where you were going with that line, but I guess you got to be a team in the wins and the losses. You got to win together, lose together.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of beef with my other teammate Matane.
I have no beef with Matane. He unfriended me. Oh, Alpha! A little bit of flip reset revenge there for Vitality.
Well, I'm going to continue on. You definitely have beef. Just because he unfriended you, he did it for a reason. I'm back on this.
No, we don't have beef. Listen, Matane's got beef with me. I don't have any with him. We go for dinner. He orders a gigantic steak. I'm just like, I'm on a diet. I'm fasting. So I don't have any beef with Matane. it was, just an unfortunate situation. Mount is a really
Mm.
good Mafia player. Listen, I'll tell you one thing. I know Mount really well, actually. We go back years and years. He was literally just Mount last night. That was
Yeah.
him, which makes me kind of scared of Mount now in real life because
Yeah.
it was actually just him. I'm telling you guys, he wasn't at all different. Ask Alpha, ask Barry, ask K-Dub. He's their manager. They'll be like, yep, that was just him. He's just like
It,
that.
it, it would make sense, you know, Mount Gang, the most successful Rocket League player of all time. He's probably pulling the strings from behind the scenes.
He is, yeah.
And
Tell me
yeah,
about it.
the real mafia of Rocket League.
Yeah, he is actually just the Rocket League godfather. That's who he is. I mean, there's a lot of people who try to claim that title for themselves. A lot of people who think that they're really good at really good at Mafia. Listen, Might's he's the goat right now. That's all I gotta say. I got no problems losing to Might. It's like losing to Might in Mafia is it's about like losing in BDS and the split one for EU. It happens. You just got to go next.
Yeah, it's like Endpoint going out first round into Split 2. It happens. And now they're all of a sudden at the very tippy top. You have that rough bracket, and now you're the #1 seed. And also, I had to dig that in because I love relating Wave and making fun of it.
Yeah, per relating Wave. He's got to catch a dub or two after the 28 points round in left.
Yeah, but almost 1.5 times your points. So, we're bringing in.
I think I had 20. So.
The Johnny unit of measurement, right? One Johnny equals 20 points. So if you score 100 points in a game, you are 5 Johnnies in points. So keep that in mind for your next ranked. No matter how bad it goes, you're at least probably multiple Johnnies.
That's the unit of measurement that probably won't get recognized in the United States though, because they only of course do the Imperial system. But we're pretty modern over here with our own systems that we go for. So I think that will probably be cleared. That'll be accepted.
Well, if you want to make it an American measurement, you probably have to make it a really weird number, like 17.2 5 Johnnies equals 1 KDOP or something like that.
Yeah.
Then you start getting Imperial with it.
Yeah, just it has to be as difficult to remember as possible. Oh, what a save there now. No, has been infield pass option. TiVo's not on the same page. This is the last chance for Guild if they're going to take this game. They need a late equalizer, but Vitality are just queuing up to clear the ball. Everybody's back. And how on earth are Guild supposed to get through here?
Well, this is like that overtime where, again, Vitality played so defensive. It felt so difficult to score, and that they're good at holding 1-goal leads because of that.
So, roughly in this win here, this performance from Vitality, how many Johnnies would you say that they are? The three of them collectively as a performance, what kind of number are we aiming for here?
Well, you can see that Alpha is like 25 Johnnies or something like that. It's pretty ridiculous. So overall, it seems about 100 Johnnies on that team.
Triple figures right there. Triple figures. But yeah, they proved to be too much for Guild. They just can't take on 100 of me. It's like one of those questions, like, what would you rather face, 100 Johnnybois or one Fairy Peak? And everybody's like, oh, 100 Johnnybois, of course, yeah. The one giant Fairy Peak. No, thank you. Guild have got problems here, Yummy. They're up against 100 Johnnies, and it's proven to be just too much to handle.
It's difficult, like if you're against 100 Johnnies, there's enough no's to cover both nets if you really want. But I feel like Guilds just need to, I guess, take some more risks. We saw Devo have really big impact earlier on in that offensive half. We haven't seen him, I guess, step up in that same regard since.
Yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly there. 100 noses will easily cover the goal. And that's before I even turn sideways to get the profile view, the larger side of the hitbox. So it's just too much. And if Guild can come back here, what is the strategy? Are they going to try and improve their own gameplay? Or are they going to try and cause Vitality to deteriorate? And then, maybe they're up against less Johnnies, they've got more of a chance. I mean, personally, I'm more a fan of the former. I want to see Guild rise to the occasion, but they need to win 3 games in a row here, or they're down into the lower bracket tomorrow.
I just love there's people in chat who just say no Johnnies, and honestly, I couldn't agree with you any more. Just get Johnny. No, it's Again, it's a pleasure casting with you. With the first cast together, Noli was looking for something. That kind of feels like another goal that could have been scored by Guild.
So, Guild need to just try to stay positive here. It's been a frustrating series for them. They had their best performance in game 2. Even that wasn't perfect, but it was still a very dominating display of rotation and speed and mechanical ability. Vitality just didn't care though. They just bounced back and they started to play a bit more chaotic and became harder to read. That is another just great passing goal from Guild though. They keep doing this every once in a while. They just absolutely leather a pass into the middle and it goes straight into the net on the shot.
Goes hell for leather into the net. You see Devo's #1 fan. He's the one hanging forward. Nolly making sure that there's always that passing option to create that quick goal. Get it behind Vitality before they can get set up in defense.
Guild have to be careful here though. You always have to be careful when you're up against Fairy Peak, but Vitality as a whole, they're going to know exactly when to switch it on in order to get those comebacks. You know, such an experienced team like them, if you're leading by a single goal against Vitality, they'll play more and more aggressively as the game goes on, just to account for the time that is running out. And you know, that's not a safe. You're never safe 1-0 against anybody, but especially not a team as experienced as Renault Vitality.
Especially since Guild aren't controlling the play like they did earlier on in their victory over Vitality. In the one-game victory that they had, they've struggled to keep possession of this one. Vitality still creating some chances as Fairy Peak does, I guess, fake out that ball to Kate. Alpha is up, but doesn't really have the room on the ball either. But Guild are going to be pinned into defense for a little bit. Alpha looking for the roof touch, and it does go across to Kate up too. It stays in front of them Guild net for a while here. They have been getting to the ball first, trying to pick up the pace in defense, Guild. It might be enough. This is going to see right in front and get saved out by the side. It's still not over, although that touch with the Scarab is probably enough to get Guild into a safe position.
Yeah, insane play there by Alpha, but he is not going to be home, nor is anyone from Vitality for this one, though. Doubles up Guild's lead. That is absolutely huge. What a really nice aerial that is. He had to really contort his car to quite some degree to get to that one. And nobody expected it. K-Dop and Alpha were not ready for that quick of a counter from Though.
Well, especially because he was trying to play that aerial as fast as possible, but still spun through the hit so that he could continue with follow-up touch.
Yeah.
Have less impact from the ball. That's what makes that goal, and that's what makes Though so underrated sometimes. Kind of those little things that make huge differences.
Well, you know, he said earlier the air dribbles have been a big part of Guild's RLCS season. You know, when Scrub was on the roster, none of them wanted to pass to each other anyway, so the air dribble just made sense. How's Fairy Peak managed this one though? I was just ready to watch the ball 50-50 into the corner, but Fairy got a second touch. Oh my days! Oh, I'm so glad we got another angle on the replay there. That's unbelievable. First time through, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking, what part has he done there? This doesn't make any sense. And we see what he's actually pulled off. And it makes even less sense. How does he come up with that?
I don't know how you think it's just the experience of Fairy Peak going for millions of pre-flips, in my opinion. He's kind of been in that position where he knows he's got a flip. If he goes for it, he might be able to get that extra touch. And you know, the defense, they can't read that. And Vitality, this is exactly why it's a struggle just to stay on a 1-goal lead against them.
And you know, that's a good example of why whenever a new setup for a flick becomes popular, or whenever a new type of flick enters the game, it completely changes you know, the meta of dribbling defense for a while. That's a great chance for Vitality. Well defended by Devo as he knocks it into the corner. Yeah, like you said there, no one's going to be able to read that flick from Fairy. They see the first touch, they think that's the only one he's going to get, and that he messed it up. And then another one comes through anyway. And puts it past him. Devo, meanwhile, has, again, picked up a goal by name, but thanks to Nolly, putting Devo's name in his name. And with a minute left, Guild are still in control of this one.
Well, also, Though, really picking up this game by its britches. He's really got into the swamp on this one, drained it away, and made sure that they get 3-1 here. It's been a solid one for Though. And from Vitality, you know, they've been caught on the counterattack with their pants down a little bit.
Yeah, they really have to try and be careful. We said earlier on there was Guild that had to be careful, but Vitality have actually been punished for not doing so themselves. Alpha 1v1 with Nolly. Nolly comes out on top, and now it's Vitality's time that's running out. Kate up on Alpha, high five in the middle of the corner, and it's not going to go well for them. That is another easy counter attack. I mean, you can understand Vitality pressing up aggressively here, but that's not exactly what we had in mind when we said upping the aggression at the end of the game.
Well, it's also, you saw all three members of Guild were practically gunning it towards the Vitality.
Yeah.
They're so confident at that point. Each one of them probably wanted a chance of getting that goal. And what a game to put themselves back into a position to take the series.
You know, I was really hoping there that Guild would somehow get that ball up into the backboard so they could do like a kind of alley-oop play, you know, throwing it up there for the rebound, because I'm sure that they all put those rebounds in every single time. So it wouldn't even be hard for them. You know, you got to go for some stylish open nets, and the entire Vitality lineup are completely out the game and you're already up by 2. I don't think they're thinking about that right now though, because being 3-1 down against a team you've already lost to earlier in the tournament, it's you know, it's time to try hard. Even if Devo's in the Scarab, they are still giving this one as much as they can. They don't want to go down without a fight. They don't want to go down at all, because the loser bracket tomorrow is going to be rough. That's going to be a tough place to start.
In my experience of all players, myself included, you know, you go into a series, you got to play some silly cars or anything like that. Maybe not try and take it super serious. But by the time you start losing, you don't feel good, and you'll do anything to win.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the mentality of all of these players. They're at the top for a reason. They're hyper competitive, not just your regular I want to win, but they don't want to lose at any games whatsoever.
I'm just wondering if maybe Diva's old teammate Flakes was rubbing off on him a little bit there with the any car can be viable kind of. That was a motto that Flakes used to preach all the time. And is this what Diva's going for? He's trying to prove that he can be competitive in any car. If you show him the open net miss in that second game, he says, "Nah, I miss that with every car. It's not the car. It's not the car's problem. You can't blame the car for your bad plays." He's actually just stepped up and stepped up his own level of play himself.
I just like the idea that Devo would miss with any single car. I don't believe it, you know, especially I think for his teammates. I feel like if you're what a view there. If you're his teammates, when things go badly, you don't want to have that excuse of like, do we blame the car? Is it the car's fault? You know, it was my teammate trolling. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that crossbars it out.
We have seen so many of those today, where not only does the ball hit the crossbar, but there's also another player in reserve waiting to see where the ball is going to go so they can score the open net, but it does the nightmare bounce straight into the ground and then right back up above the bar again, where nobody can score it from. And this time it's Guild who have to watch that chance go away. You know, a little bit lower, it's a goal. A little bit higher, it's a goal on the rebound. But they've actually threaded the needle there and missed the target.
Well, that's the kind of fortune we talk about. It's the matter of centimeters, and sure, it should have been a better shot, but in the end, Guild get away with this one, and they look to try and make one now as K-Dop is stuck in defense. It's difficult, awkward positioning for Vitality to get a clear, but it doesn't matter how awkward you are. K-Dop's still up to that ball first.
Yeah, nice knock on there by K-Dop. Didn't want to leave a loose ball hanging there in the halfway line area. Guild are always going to be all over that. And that is just wide open now for Vitality. And it was their turn to kind of queue up and take a free shot to the net. I've no idea what Nolly was going for there. The only thing I can think of is that maybe he was trying to get a double touch and send it straight down the line. But one touch straight into the sidewall, big no-no for me.
They were off at the North Pole. They were so far away. I was surprised to see no one there. And Guild, maybe let that one through.
It's not the time of the year you want to go to the North Pole, because Santa's not there. He's, you know, already started making those flight paths. He's getting prepared for the big day. Any other time of year, you could probably find him up there, have a little chat, but not right now. You know, one thing I would love to see is Neo Snokio. What do you reckon? That's one of the maps
I,
that we haven't got a snow variation of, but I'm just thinking right now, oh, we need a winter map here.
you just like the pun. I mean, that's all
No,
we're getting.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say I was gonna say that I wanted this, and then I thought of the pun as I was mid-sentence, so I had to go for it.
Oh, it's as cold. It's midwinter for Fairy Peak. That is the second goal, and Guild haven't been able to score so many. So Fairy Peak getting this brilliant pass into the center gets Vitality in a very good position.
Yeah, it's always winter for Fairy Peak. He's got ice in his veins. 2-0 off the back of a great shot. He had the whole goal to aim at there, and he picked a great spot out. Oh no. It's the same kickoff again, Yummy, and I don't understand. I've said this so many times, but why a dead ball kickoff with somebody cheating for the boost in the back corner, then turning to go upfield? It just doesn't make any sense.
Remember when I said like Vitality worked a lot of their kickoffs and were great at them?
Worked being the keyword, past tense.
Yeah, well, it hasn't worked, and it's not working for me. I'm starting to look a little bit stupid again, just like me and CJ did last series.
Well, you know, it's something I used to be criticized, you know, going for boost and kickoff at all, but it's a play that is very common these days. You know, pro players are good enough to manipulate the kickoff to go towards the player who's grabbing boost in the corner. So that, you know, really does make that play very viable if it's what you're going for. But you can see there that was not what the play was. I think it was K-Dop on the kickoff. It was very obvious he wasn't trying a back right kickoff with the way that he landed on the ball and flipped into it. So why send a player there in the first place and turn aggressively? I mean, going for the boost and turning back towards the goal to cover the shot or the dribble, sure, but cheating up the line, I'm not a fan.
Well, I also didn't like it because Alpha was playing for like a hard prediction on where that freeze would go. He moved left. If he's going for more of a softer play and can cover that a lot better, that's fine. But with both of them playing your kickoff aggressively, it is going to lead to goals against. And Renault Vitality, they are a team that like to just score a couple of goals and usually leave it at that. So letting a kickoff goal is more painful than compared to a high-scoring team.
Oh, 100%. I think that the synergy was very good between Alpha and K-Dop. They had the right idea. They're on the same page there. Dead ball kickoff, close cheat. You know, it could have gone in their favor. It didn't this time, but you know, you win some kickoffs, you lose some kickoffs. You know, you might have a plan. So does the other team. Guild definitely had the same idea there. They played it better. It's, you know, it's making sure that the third man in a kickoff does the same job that a third man would do in any Rocket League position. Cover for the unpredictable aspects. Try to think about what the other team are doing and counter that. So you've already got two players committed to a play.
Might be about to prove the point that not all that's gilded is gold, but Guild actually do get the counter attack and Renault Vitality. Just offered Timbuktu, no one to be found, and again it's though.
Well, not all is gilded is gold, but there's a goal for Guild here, and they just need another one to send us into game 7. And we've had a ton of competitive series today. This one is shaping up to be another one of them. Vitality, though, I don't know what on earth they've done here. They've, you know, really kind of given away one goal with a very poor selection of kickoff, in my opinion, and now taking the entire squad out of the game. And oh my goodness, that could have easily been 3. It's the crossbar to the rescue for RV.
I've not seen a bigger throw since CJ played Mafia and didn't save Jarzo. This has been absolutely off the shades. And why are you doing that, CJ? No, why?
Yeah, what CJ's currently doing on his webcam.
Tell you guys what he did off camera.
Yeah, censored. But yeah, Yummy can't be too happy about that one, I'm sure. We're going to be going to OT momentarily. Guild have to just hold on for one more defensive play, and Tho does a nice touch into the corner, so that should do the job.
Feeling Guild. How could I don't understand how Vitality play this game the way they have. They've usually been so good at just keeping a lead, and now all of a sudden Guild are even in their driver's seat right in front of net. They've caused the double commit to happen. A chance here for Noli, but Alpha's mechanics coming through with that double touch off the wall does allow Vitality to breathe.
And Devo trying again to control a 50-50 in the back corner. It doesn't work out again. That's how they got in trouble earlier on in the series. Just not on the right side of the ball. Got to be goal side there. And now another chance for Ferry. He is denied by Devo. That's a better touch, more controlling, and he keeps some space between the ball and the goal. Buys his team some time. Vitality are piling on the pressure here. Will the boost hold on? It looks like it won't. Oh, it's just another scramble, though barely gets in the way of it. But just how I was saying it, will Guild be able to play their boost management to perfection? They accidentally did the opposite. Devo missed, though to the rescue.
I can't believe they recovered from that miss. It looked like a disaster. Looks like the presents weren't going to come this year, but they still hold on. And holy moly, they've managed to stay in this overtime. After all, that though is up as well. Nolly looking for the flip reset roof double and actually does get something on this. He may have a chance to open up the net, but Alpha was on the backboard as a double.
Yeah, good defense from Alpha. He had a lot of coverage there. It was very difficult to put the ball past him from that range. Guild, to be honest, they're just going to be happy that they've got the ball away from their goal, because every time it was in the area, they did not look comfortable just moments ago. And now they look a lot better. No testing K-Dot's defense. K-Dot passes.
He was diving back there. He saw his teammates are in trouble and made sure to make up for it. K-Dot to go! He ran away from the ball on 0 boost. He didn't realize there was a real opening there that Guild had left. But this one should be in. No, it goes wide as well. Vitality can't finish it off. They just need 1 goal, but they can't finish it. And Guild still looking to take him to game 7.
This has game 2 vibes, but the roles have been reversed. Now it's Vitality's turn to be in attack consistently. They're winning so many aerial battles right now. K-Dot, Fairy Peak, they're speeding up. Another mind game attempt. K-Dot left that for Fairy, but he couldn't get out of the way.
This series is, or this game has just been going on like a wet fart at the moment. They haven't been able to get anything in. That one's a big save, though. The defense just holds on. Now counterattack here for Vitality. A chance to secure the series, get themselves up there. Though, will manage to get to the ball first. He's got the dunk opportunity. It's a 2v1 once again as Vitality scramble back. Chance here for the pass, but he gets dunked away by K-Dot. Now it's Fairy Peak breathing down, but what a clear, what a counterattack.
And a chance for Vitality to return 1 to the Guild end of the field. They're playing that very close style again, kind of queuing up next to each other. So Guild don't really know who's going to go for the ball, and they don't know which direction it's going to go either. It's very hard to stop Vitality from getting clears when they play like this. But Guild are just sitting back. They're letting the ball come to them, and they're going to try and play this one out safely. Alpha with an accidental mind game there as he backflips away from the ball. And this is not the bounce that anyone was expecting. K-Dot and Nolly missed by miles. Is again Alpha to the rescue in defense, but a chance for Devo. He can't get goal side.
Man, they just need to get something on target. The defense haven't actually been any good from either team. There's been a lot of misses, a lot of opportunities, but no one's willing to take that risk as well, to go forward and just believe that their opponents will make that mistake. K-Dot expressing to the back left. He's now in an awkward position with the ball over the top of his head, but again, no one from Guild really pushing the issue, waiting for the mistake. Devo cleared around by Alpha, keeps them in the game.
Wow. That was a very, very fast play at the near post by Guild. They attacked that ball so early. Vitality somehow got the touch to knock it into the corner, though. I mean, that's the Vitality special. Just a quick fire pass to the near post, and then somebody smacks it home. Usually it'll be K-Dot in that spot, but they almost had it done to them there.
Two apiece, almost hitting that 5-minute mark, and it doesn't really feel like anyone's advantage right now. Guild have started to take control of the possession. Fairy Peak just has to go up. He's got the follow-up here, and he just bangs it to that back wall. Does he have the follow-up touch? Not the best hit. He wanted to slam that so that his teammate could follow it up. And as that one flows in front of the net, is there a follow-up again? A double commit from Vitality may cost them their opportunity as well. And now it's Tho going the other way, but every single time somebody gets a chance for the ball up against the dunks and make sure that Guild don't have a chance at all.
Well, you know, earlier on in the series, Guild were the team who were playing a bit quicker in the air. A Vitality have absolutely outpaced them here, and they're just piling on the pressure. Demos are coming in, and the boost is just not there for Guild. They can't keep up. They're losing aerial races. That's what they're usually so strong in. And when it comes to ground play, Vitality have always had the edge, so this looks really difficult for Guild.
For a game that felt like it was meant to finish hours ago, it's still ongoing. And Vitality have some chances here in front of the net, but you again don't see them pushing too hard. They've shown the mistakes earlier on in this game that when they had the 2-goal lead, they let it slip. 5 minutes 45 into OT. Chances here for Guild if they want to push the issue, but a nice clear comes out from Alpha.
A very nice delay on that clear. Alpha baits in the challenge, then pops the ball over the top of it. And we are at 6 minutes in OT. Still, no clear advantage for either team. It's been very back and forth, but Vitality, they've got just 1 goal separating them from second place in this group. Guild just need to get that goal if they want to continue this series. That's a half a chance for them. Fairy Peak stands strong in the way of Nolly.
And Tho again showing that he's able to take those risks. He's got a heart of a lion and he's looking to roar here, but Nolly now on the counter attack as well. Will it be a Guild ball here? It is. The possession maintained. A shot on net. It hits the crossbar again. Guild struggling with their accuracy, but they're still not out of this game. Kadov looking for the flip reset. Yes, often, but that could have been the goal of the century.
Yeah, Kadov just kind of bounced off the ball there when he was going for the reset. His car wouldn't stick to it. I wonder if he was accelerating there to get his wheels glued to the ball, as it looked like he just kicked right off it. I mean, if he lands there, it is a nightmare for Guild. They can't read anything from that range. It's just far too close.
Well, Colin Stumpy were talking about how you never have exciting 4-2s. You don't remember it, but this could be the most exciting 4-2 of all time if Vitality do manage to take it. Or it could be a Game 7. Devo's in position, ready for it, but the pass is just a clear, straightforward, and it's not going to end up in a goal, but it's in a rough position. What a save! The pre-jump from inside the net. They managed to hold on Vitality and get it out at the same time because of Alpha.
Yeah, great save by Kadov, showing his class with the positioning. He's inside the net. You can see what's happening. You can see what's coming his way. And he knows exactly when to jump to block the shot that's coming towards him. And he had to get a strong hit on that as well. There's nothing worse than when you just kill the ball on the goal line and it stops dead. And anyone else can just have their way with it. He's starting to swing a bit more into Guild's favor now, though. Vitality had a clear speed advantage earlier on in the air. Now that looks to be pretty even. But at any moment, Vitality could strike his Kade up. He does not get much power on his effort. And a big challenge from Alpha gets some help on the recovery from Fairy.
Oh, this is big from Alpha. He's beaten the ball, but the touch, the follow-up gets into the wrong direction. You're starting to see Vitality as well, looking for the bumps in front of net to try and somehow open up, crack one of these defenses like turtles inside their shells, neither taking risks, but also neither really showing the cracks that they did in the regulation time. That means that we're very likely to hit that 10-minute mark, Johnny.
You know, this is the kind of game, if we do go to Game 7, it'll be followed up by a kickoff goal. You can almost guarantee it. Because whenever this happens, both teams are just so focused. They're playing at such an intense level right now. And after that, you can't do anything but relax and go incredibly in the opposite direction. But look at the consistency. Both teams really stepping up here. Applying so much pressure to each other at the same time. Who can clutch it out? We're well into overtime now, 9 minutes and counting.
All I can think is, thank goodness this is the last series of the day for them.
Oh!
And that is game of the day as well. Kade up. He comes up big in clutch situations. There's a reason he's won 3 world championships. That is the bravery we needed.
I mean, we talked about it earlier in the series. Kadop has got that predator instinct. He knows when it's time to show up in the box for the finishing touch. And it's not an easy thing to read. I mean, a lot of players there would have arrived too soon, had to stop, and had no momentum to beat the defender to the ball. Some players would have got there too late, and the defender would have got there first. Kadop, perfect timing. He sees exactly what Alpha has in mind, and he's there to apply the winning goal in overtime. And, you know, we almost saw a 10-minute OT there, the triple game, but it wasn't meant to be. Guild just couldn't hold on. And Vitality do take second place in Group B.
It would have been a huge throw as well if they had the 2-goal lead and they kind of just let their net open up. Alpha 54, he's the equivalent of 63.5 Johnnies here. The scoring is immense. I think there's 200 Johnnies on just each side of the pitch. Points-wise, these guys are showing maybe not just how good they are, but also how bad Johnny really is.
Well, I think that's the perfect way to end this series. We are going to leave it at that. But after the break, we're going to come back and we're going to break it down for you guys. So do not go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rocket League Summit number 2, proudly sponsored by Duke GG and Monster Energy. Yami, Johnny, we just witnessed a crazy series. It didn't quite go the distance. I look like Casper the Ghost again, not sure what's going on at the moment. But what a series. It did go to 6 games. Obviously, Vitality did get the win in the end. Johnny, I'll start with you. What were you thinking in that 8-minute OT? What's going through your brain? Because although it was, it was an 8-minute OT, there was a lot of, we said it was chaotic, it was messy. Are you listening to my question, or are you still thinking about the Mafia clip?
Oh, sorry, CJ. Well, my bad. Sorry, it happened again. No, I'm joking. But yeah, in this OT, the one thing that was on my mind is, okay, I want one of two things. I want to get either 10-minute OT, because when you get to 8 minutes, 9 minutes, all you want to see is 10-minute OT. You're like, okay, can we just have a gentleman's agreement not to score? But as we all know, K-Dop doesn't care about that. He doesn't care what time it is in the game. All he cares about is scoring at any given moment. But yeah, what a series. It was so chaotic. It was so unpredictable. But I think the two main moments for me was, number one, Fairy Peak's insane goal steal. And then is also his flick that he somehow came up with, where he got some touch in the setup and then air rolled upside down to flick into the ball. I have honestly got no idea how he's pulled that one off.
It's those moments that make you really scared of Vitality too, because you're normally expecting Alpha 54 to have some big pop-off goals, but when even K-Dop is looking for them with a potential flip reset at the end, you know that you might be in trouble.
I mean, it's a tough team. I mean, especially when you go an 8-minute OT, it must be, I know it was only a seeding match, but I mean, you just feel for them, an 8-minute OT against Vitality. I felt like Guild was sort of in that, and it was sort of anyone's game, really. It was just, as you guys said during the series, it was waiting for one team to stuff up, waiting for that defense to crack, and eventually K-Dop, of all people, of course it's K-Dop, securing, ice cold K-Dop securing the goal. And moving Vitality on in the upper bracket into the playoffs. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Well, it's not quite time. We're going to go to a break first. But the thing that I've personally, and I know you're all waiting for, the Crew Battles Finals. It's going to be myself, my team, which is the Johnnyboi, which is myself, Meta, and Arju, coming up against Cole's team. No one knows who's on that team. No one cares. I can't wait. Crew Battles Grand Finals. It's been a pleasure, lads, and I'll see you guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Beautiful.